So this is not financial advice. This is just something that I did. I actually had to do this because it's really irresponsible of me to be holding on to assets when I should be focusing on trying to lower my debt. Um, but the craziest thing, I don't know if this is going to happen, but me personally, I have to pay some debt off. So I I needed cash. And I'm sitting here holding on to this physical silver and physical gold, which I purchased with the stimulus that I got um, back in 2001. So, like, back then it was kind of like, I don't know which way the world is headed. So, um, I need to be like have my assets diversified. Back then I had like some crypto, which was pretty cool to see that like how it performed and to see like what cryptos actually um, have performed pretty well when it comes to people purchasing them and the price going up. Just like dumping certain like that one's garbage. It was just kind of like I'm gonna have a little bit of this to see what happens. It's kind of like which one of these are gonna do good, which one of these cryptos and these smart contracts or these Web3 applications that these people are making are gonna. And it's just like I can see like, okay, you really haven't gone up in price at all. You're pretty much at the same price that I purchased you at. Some things did better. Like for me, like I said, this is not financial advice. Like Solana. Solana was like, I don't trust Solana. It did perform for me pretty well. Um, and I'm going to have to pay the taxes on it after selling it or whatever. So it performed for me very well. Okay. Um, I don't. It had some problems before, and they might have worked it out. I don't know. What I trust, and you do your own research. I trust Bitcoin. I trust Ethereum, and XRP. I'm like XRP. I'm kind of like, and like if I was going to a little bit of Doge, but I was just kind of like Doge is kind of like it doesn't really matter. Like so, I purchased Doge probably. That's another one I did pretty well. Like I purchased it probably maybe 7 cents. And then it went up to I sold it at like 40. So like I definitely did pretty well on that, and I'm gonna have to pay the capital gains tax on that. So the thing is, I had to move my assets, and I kind of wanted to play around with them a little bit. So, and I wanted to get out of Solana because I don't really. It's kind of like gold right now. What I just did was I just liquefied my whole physical gold reserves, and silver too. I don't see any point of having this stuff. Being somebody at my level, like somebody comes in and they robs me physically, like they take like it just I would rather just have my debt paid off and then like start working on that than just like holding this asset. It's just kind of like a dumb asset for me to, if I was rich, okay, whatever, I can have it, but it just seems kind of dumb for me to be like in the financial position I'm in, which isn't very well off. I have to work a regular job like anybody else. I still have to work. I still rely on the job to pay my bills. So, it's kind of ridiculous to hold on to that asset when it's not. It's just sitting there. It's just like, yeah, it could be gaining. It's not really gaining value. You know what I mean? It's just like, why am I holding it? It's not going to. It's more like gold and silver is more like something that holds your value. Okay. It's not something that like a Nvidia, is that what it's called, or like probably Alphabet's about to like completely blow up with their new supercomputer, and you're gonna see Microsoft like probably not do. I don't know, they might do it. Like I said, this whole video is not financial advice. So okay, this is what I was thinking to myself. I've been hearing rumblings of, hey, since America's going to go ahead and um, purchase a bunch of Bitcoin, why don't we just sell our gold instead of like printing money and causing more inflation? Which, think about it. If we sold our gold to buy Bitcoin, that would drop the price. And I'm like, I was thinking to myself, I need to get out of this. I think that the prices of gold is going to drop. So like, it's actually not going to be doing well. And I actually like I needed to actually liquidate it myself. It was stupid for me to hold on to it. Like I said, it was more of like a diversify. I don't know the way our world was going. So since I know the way our world is going, very high tech, well, I really don't need this. Like I'm not making devices or whatever that require silver or gold. So like, what's the point for me to like? So I just have debt that I have to continue to pay on each month, like an outstanding. It's like, I think I just want to go ahead and try to like relieve as much of my debt. And then I don't have to worry if somebody does, break in and they steal it, or like it's already gone. It's just, you know. So that's what I was thinking. Like, so I asked Grok, I was like, well, what would happen if America did that? They sold all of their gold, and it said that the price of gold would drop probably by a lot because there would be such a huge supply that comes out there. I don't even know, like, who buys all that. Well, we have like over 600 billion in gold, physical gold reserves or something, I heard. Um, that's a lot of that's a lot. That's a lot of gold. So like, to think of it, all that gold just getting put on the market, and then because like other countries have actually been buying gold because I think that they didn't know the way the world was going either. But I think that you might see more countries develop more crypto reserves and start getting more Bitcoin. And that's going to it's going to affect the supply of Bitcoin. So it has an opposite effect. So like, if that would be so crazy if this happens. We'll see if it happens. We'll see if I'm a genius or I'm stupid. If we sold our gold, not only are we fucking everybody else over that actually bought the gold, because we just devalued their gold, all these other countries, but we've increased our value by having a portion of Bitcoin, which there's only so much, which we're planning to do anyway. So like, the countries that are just like sitting on gold, which like, if I was a country right now and I had gold, I would sell it and then I would buy Bitcoin. That's what I would do. If I was a poor country, you got a little bit of, just dude, if you can only get 10 bit, like, whatever, man. Like, you're not gonna have, like, you're not gonna be a rich country, but like, you might be able to be better off than you are. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, when you hear a big, huge whale like the U.S. talk about buying a bulk of an asset when there's not that much of a supply, and it hasn't happened yet, and it might not happen. We might. I don't know. It just seems like that's the direction we're headed. And if you're not paying attention and you aren't learning about crypto, learning how it works, learning how to use it, how to buy it, how to exchange it, how to send it, about wallets, having that, the different types of projects. If you want to learn about them, you don't have to. It's kind of like, and my thing is like, if you don't, just, I just look at the really safe ones, and then I just go for those. I don't have to think about it. I ain't gotta be like, because I really don't give a damn. I really don't care about like whatever Web3 projects that they're doing and how they're doing. I really don't give a shit. I just want to um, uh, go in the right direction, where it's this could be that thing that lifts me um, at least into like something out of the regular 9 to 5. Oof. I'm thinking about running for office. I'm thinking about. I don't know. I want to take out a big dog. I want to be able to take somebody's job. Um, I don't want to just run one of these local elections. It just kind of seems boring. Like the stuff I really don't care, just like piddly stuff I really don't care about, which matters a lot locally. But I'm more concerned, and I think I do better more on a national scale. I would rather actually go to, like, if I'm elected, I would actually like to go to Washington and, you know, be able to shine a spotlight on things that I want to shine a spotlight on, and call out things when I call it out. And the thing is, I don't even want to be a politician because like I wouldn't do it very long. So for instance, I might just do it one term. I might do it 2 terms. Like if hypothetically, and it would take a ton of support. Like the little 13,000. I look at myself. I have 7,000 verified users. So like, yes, that's good. But if I'm going to compete with a Rashida Tlaib, or one of these prominent names, I'm either going to need money, or you're going to need both. And I need clout. And the way I would like to do it is through clout. I don't want to owe people favors. I want to go in there and be a renegade and just like I'm nobody. I'm complete wild card. I say whatever I want to say. I continuously get the microphone. I get the spotlight because of what I call out, what I say. And it's just kind of like where I'm at right now. I could probably pick off one of these local state, like, and I can do that. I can go that way because then I don't have to work the 9 to 5. I get paid to actually, do something. But like, to get to that point, that's in like 2 years. It's like, and honestly, like for me to run for office, I have to work on my debate skills, and I have to learn a lot more about a lot of different things. And working a 9 to 5 really takes things away from me. Like the 9 to 5 I work, I don't just work behind a computer. That would be cool if I just work behind a computer. But I don't have that type of job. So, and that's what would make my story absolutely. If that ever did happen, like if I did make a major name for myself, hypothetically, like that, my story would be like a movie story for sure. All the ups and downs that I've gone through in my life to get, and then finally break through to be somebody successful, somebody that people actually like respect. It's funny, like most people in my own lives, like whether it's personal or family, like they don't respect what I do. I think that people don't respect my intelligence, and I know I can come off like in person probably like a little bit of blondish, is because like I'm not only am I like I'm like evaluating you constantly, so like I'm completely judging you and learning things from you, and trying to figure out your strengths and weaknesses. And then it's like when you talk, it's kind of like blah, 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 blah. So it's kind of like, oh, I didn't even listen to what you were saying. Oh. And then I kind of sound like I get thrown off guard, so I kind of sound dumb in a debate. 'Cause there's an element of a blonde in me. Like I am kind of an airhead sometimes. My intelligence is like, okay, so I was thinking about this, man. Like I am a genius. not in one specific area, but if you like put in all the spectrums of intelligence and then you just lop them all together, it's like, yeah, that guy's a fucking genius. Like, yeah, am I perfect in everything? No. Hell no. I definitely have some huge weaknesses, and especially when it comes to confidence. Having confidence, because I don't have the greatest memory, that's another weakness. So it's kind of like, I know this information and I know I'm right, but then it's just like I kind of like get deer in headlights, and that's something that I would definitely have to work on. And I'm trying to be a little bit more social nowadays than I have been, because I've been really, really closed off. Well, I definitely have the people that are my inner circle who I trust, which no one, it's hard to get into that circle. But I'm trying to be more friendly, trying to be more helpful, trying to be more optimistic. And I understand like how the struggles that people go through, because I've been through that. And honestly, like, I'm not over it. Honestly, like, what could happen is I can lose my job right now and then have to, like, I'll go bankrupt. And then, like, so I'm on the edge. I'm on the edge. I mean, I would look for another job real quick, but, like, yeah, I really don't want to lose my job. I think that, like, having this job, because I don't have nothing else lined up right now, I would probably go to a temp agency, and people will hire me really quickly because my resume is pretty nice. So I really don't want to have to. I kind of like this situation for right now. I don't like it, but it is good. It is good overall. It's depressing, and what that does in this is my goal. My one of the goals, and people probably think I'm so crazy where I work. Dude, like, I worked there for so long, and then it's kind of like I come back and I've been there for a little bit. They're probably like, what is this guy doing? Like, is he hard up or what? Part of the reason that I came back, which I could have stayed where I was in Missouri. I didn't like the place where I was at. The job was okay. They made me a supervisor. And, it would have been really cool to be my kid's supervisor at that job, because he would have ended up working with me. And then he would have learned a lot more skills than he is currently learning right now. A lot more skills, a hell of a lot more skills than whatever we're learning. Whatever. All I have to say about that is, you don't want to get stuck in one place doing the same thing for years and years and years and learn nothing new, because it's gotta adapt. You gotta learn new things. You gotta try things out. And honestly, if I never left. Honestly, if I never left and moved out of here where I'm at, I would probably be the same boat as everybody else there, they don't care about, like, I'm not, okay, I don't want to talk, like, generally speaking, regular people, they just want to go to work and worry about their, make their money, go home, take care, just live their life. They don't really care about finances. And I was there, like, I didn't care. Like, my whole thing, like, there's a big period of my time where I'm just like, I don't care about nothing but sports. And, like, I have to go to work. I care about sports and raising my kids, and just I gotta have the perception of being like a normal type of looking person. So I'm just kind of like, I'll just assimilate, and then I can, like, I've gone in and out of being an NPC, which is crazy. I think I've done this a few times in my life, honestly, and I might go back to being an NPC. I've taken in a lot of content over this last 6 years, and, like, learning new things and figuring things out on my own. Being an independent artist, not many people have self-published their own books, their own music. their own videos. And it's not like it's that difficult to learn, but it's just people actually have to like learn, and people just like that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to learn about Bitcoin. I don't want to learn about that. It's boring. Like, I just want to be entertained. I understand for sure, especially when you're younger. But like, yeah, that's basically what I did. Um, what it looks like is a clear indication of which way we're headed. Um, because I've been paying attention. And you know what the crazy thing is too? I actually feel more intelligent from using X. I think like not only of the knowledge that I've gained, but I've also learned a little bit of grammar, a little bit of punctuation. Oh man, if you go back, it would be funny too, like in the future. Hey, let's see like um grandpa's first post, and you can see how primitive and how like there's no punctuation. Like, I'm not saying that my grammar is horrible. I get hated on all the time for my grammar, and people probably think I'm pretty dumb. um and you know, but you know, I'm kind of looking at like, that misspelling makes me look so stupid. But like, if you actually have like intelligence, you can see the message and be like, oh, that's what it's just a little bit of a hiccup right here. Oh, and guess what? It's the input, and he can't go back and edit it. You know how many mistakes that I've made when spelling, and I'm like, oh, come on. Some of them I go back, I'll copy and paste, and then like, you know, re-edit it and then like delete my first one. But it's just kind of like, man, this is stupid. Why can't I just edit my reply? um Facebook, you can't do that either. It's like my input, when I can think and it just appears on social media and people can read or whatever, it's gonna be great. um Typing it in sucks. I hate typing it in. Autocorrect is awesome and my worst enemy at the same time. We just don't need to. We're evolving to be more creative. Like, what's the point of having to know about something where you don't even use it? Like, if I'm not a writer, as long as I know basic, as long as I can communicate with people, AI will be able to help out. Anyways, I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyways, I'm an extremely humble person. Okay. Um, Sometimes you have to come off as arrogant to at least to pump yourself up, to give yourself confidence, man. I don't have anybody backing me. Like, nobody backs me. Nobody's like, hardly anybody. You know, I got the followers or whatever on X or whatever, but it's just like there's hardly any engagement there with them. But it's just like it's been me. It's always been me. I'm on an island. I'm a one-man army. You can say I'm a one-man cult, whatever you want to say. I have my own beliefs, and those beliefs can change, just like in my book. And I said it in my book. I said, hey, my beliefs can change. Because new information comes, and I'm like, that just makes me look stupid. Why would I continue to believe that when this new information just showed that I'm wrong? No, I'm just going to continue. I'm going to fight against that information. No, I'll take it into account and then consider it and then be like, yes, I need to change my stance on this. Just like I seen a video, and I haven't heard anybody disprove it yet, of the insemination of an egg, and then light appeared, as if a spirit went in there. So essentially, I'm pro-choice up to 3 months, but I'm starting to seeing that makes me think we shouldn't be having abortion at all, unless like obviously like the mother's life is on the line. If the mother's life, the mother always gets put first. But like, yeah, just because of financial, how about you just like, you know, be responsible, like just be responsible with yourself and who you're with. I mean, if you're not like trying to have kids or a family and you just like, then you like, why are you not using the different deterrents to get pregnant? Why is it just like, why are you being so irresponsible? You know, like, okay, like I'm gonna take the plan B or whatever I have to do, man. Like, um, but you're just gonna sit there and wait till you. It doesn't make any sense, man. It really, it's just irresponsibility, and it's on both sides. Because like, if you're a man, you don't want to get a woman pregnant. Well, you should protect yourself. And like, if you're out here engaging in type of that, like that type of activity, which I used to, I was a huge degenerate. I feel like Milo Yiannopoulos. I am reformed. Hopefully, I don't fall off the bandwagon. Hopefully, I don't fall off the wagon. Because it can happen. um, but yeah, like I always like protected myself, like and it kind of shocked me how a lot of women who were are pretty are I assume they are still respectable women in their communities. You wouldn't think, and it's just kind of like you barely even know me, and like you don't even know anything about me, girl. And you're doing that? That's crazy. I can just give you anything right now if I had any type of STD. Um, and you don't even care. I guess that's the power of like trust but you really shouldn't do that with someone you barely know. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, there's no way in hell I'm doing that with you. No. I want to make sure that no other man's around you. Because like when I was dating, I always assumed like they're probably talking to a bunch of different guys. And that's what you have to assume. There's a lot of different guys. You don't know what's going on. Like they're single. Like there's obviously a guy around, probably romantically in some type of aspect. That's how it is nowadays. Um, and it goes both ways. I mean, this is as long as I've ever been like single and not even like trying to date. Like, I go on the little. I don't take dating sites seriously. They're just like horrible. Like they're not any good at all. Um, I have so many ideas to make them better for people to be more compatible with. Make people more compatible instead of like you swipe on people's pictures. How lovely. How superficial. But yeah, I don't know. That's what I did today. I'm like, because I wanted to get out of the gold too. I wanted to get out of it. What if the price does drop? What if I am right? What if you see a certain thing go up that's like really up and down, which is doing really all-time highs right now? I'm just saying, BlackRock bought some more of it. Like, I'm hearing that's what they bought. They bought like 400 billion? I don't know. 400. Well, they just purchased a bunch of Bitcoin, and they're saying you should have 5% of your retirement allocated in Bitcoin. So, I mean, I'm just connecting dots here. BlackRock is a new world order. Like the same people, the same people that like, who are running the world are buying Bitcoin. What does that tell you? Trump's about to buy Bitcoin. He just had what is it? I don't know. It's called something Liberty They just invested in Ethereum and some other I think Chainlink and AVAA or whatever the hell that is, some type of application, Web3 application. It's probably associated with Ethereum. Um, so yeah, there's a lot of these investors that aren't just looking at Bitcoin; they're also looking at crypto, the different different projects. Um, and that's why I'm kind of like XRP is kind of like here's some. If it does good, it does good. It's like uh, whatever, we'll see. So far it's done good. So it's just like I guess they're coming out with the stable coin today, and that is what made me go into XRP. Because I was basically was like, I'm just going to have Bitcoin and Ethereum, and that's it. Um, God, I wish I had more. Man, if I would have invested back when I was um, in 2016 instead of looking at the stock market, I wouldn't have to have this job. I wouldn't have to work right now. Um, that's so crazy to think about. So many people are gonna have these stories too. Like right now, there's gonna be so many stories of people like, man, I could have done something. That's dang, I just lost all. Man. You see some cool stories where people are like, all these different exchanges screwed me over, Celsius or BlockFi or FTX, and I lost so much, but I had 20%, and I just threw it into Bitcoin, and now I have recovered my losses, and man, that's cool. That's what people have to be careful of. Be careful of these exchanges with these high ARPs, because it makes you think yeah, I'm gonna get all this extra crypto, and instead of my money being devalued every all the time, I'm I'm getting more assets. If you don't have assets, man, you gotta have assets in some type of aspect. And that's going to keep you off of the assets, keep money flowing. That's what flows money. So if you're just sitting your money in a bank, man, have fun with that. Have fun with that. Like if I had a big amount of money just sitting in a bank right now, I'm going to be purchasing something major with it. That's the only reason why I would have a ton of money in a bank account. Because it's just dude, they continuously they want to devalue your money. They want a 2% inflation every single year. So, you got $100 in the bank. After the year is up, you have $98. So you can see the compounding effect of the more money you have in cash, the less purchasing power it'll give you. That's it.